If you guys like how I do my chart analysis on YouTube and you want to learn how to do it yourself, click the link below to check out the Vee Trades technical analysis course. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for a Stryker corporation with the ticker symbol SYK. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. Here we have the daily chart for Stryker Corporation, and we had a large sell-off, but it looks like we're starting to retrace back to the higher price levels. So let's take a look at what happened on the chart. It looks like there was a you can see that there was this downtrend working lower, and we finally had a break outside of it, or you can even say we're getting the first break right now. So it looks like we had a spike in channel working lower. The channel might be more aggressive, maybe something like this. This does make sense right here. So it looks like we had this downtrend working lower. We had the break of the pattern right here, move to a new low, which is what you normally expect after the break of a pattern, which is this yellow channel. And then we're starting to see a reversal in the form of a nice micro uptrend. So this looks pretty good. I'm expecting higher price targets, and I'll show you more reasons why. So we have this micro channel working higher. It looks like we're coming back to the EMA, which is right around the 242 level. But I'm expecting higher price targets, probably back up to filling this gap right here that was created from the aggressive sellers. That's at the 270 level, and maybe even the highs of this potential range, so which is right around the 280 level. And it does look like prices were inside of a range. There's definitely a lot of large swings on the chart, but there is some organization to the price. If you guys if you put a channel on here, a sideways channel, which will mark a range, you can see that there is some orderness to this random, or you could say exaggerated swings. So we have definitely some multiple large swings in this range, but there definitely seems to be support at the lows, which is right around the 238 level, and a strong resistance right up above the 275 level into the 280 level. So prices definitely got rejected from there multiple times. Eventually we're going to break this pattern right here. I'm going to drag this down a little bit. So eventually we're going to break the orange pattern, and that's exactly what we just got. But normally the first break of patterns fails, so I'm expecting a break on the top side. Now if we get a break on the top side, about the same amount that we got on the bottom side, because the market is usually symmetrical, where are we going if prices continue to trend higher and higher? It's right at the 293 level. So as right now, this looks pretty bullish. It looks kind of like a V bottom reversal, maybe something like this. We're definitely seeing buyers step in the market, and we had 4 consecutive green days, so that's pretty bullish. Definitely looks like this was a failed breakout, and it traps in some shorts. So my first target is right up to this EMA, which is at the 242 level, and then I think they can come back to stop out the short sellers at the 250 level. And if we continue higher and higher, we're probably going to fill in this gap and maybe even touch the top side of the range right around this 280 level. So as of right now, everything's leading me to believe we're going to see higher prices, and that's what we should get. But again, that's just a probability. Most likely we should do that, but again, we could find resistance at the EMA and probably push down. That would be pretty surprising, but we could do that. So as right now, I would be looking for higher price targets, but anything can happen at the end of the day. But most likely we're probably going to break this EMA and maybe pull back and find some type of support, and then probably see more waves to the upside eventually to fill in this gap and reach the upper side of the range, since we just had a breakout on the bottom side. And it does look like the you could say the downtrend momentum has waved. So looking for higher price targets. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. Here we have the weekly chart for SYK, and you can see the bullish momentum since 2020. We have made a spike in channel since early 2020. This is the channel working higher. I'm showing you guys that right now. This is the channel working higher, and prices were respecting it pretty nicely. Eventually we're going to break the pattern, and then we went inside of a sideways pattern. So we had a upward pattern, now we went in a sideways pattern. And since we just got the first break of this sideways pattern, most likely it's going to fail, and we're going to see the break on the top side to probably make a new all-time high, since we have not done that yet after this was the first break of the yellow pattern. So all these were all these price bars are the first break of the yellow pattern, so normally that can fail and we should get a retest of these highs. I mean, we did get pretty close to it, but I'm expecting a new high since we had a large up move and we're kind of consolidating sideways. That's a bullish sign, because you can say that the buyers are taking a break and sellers can't really bring the market down. So this is a bullish sign, and you can see this fail break lower is a short trap, because we're seeing the immediate reversal after the sellers broke this level. So normally when buyers can't push through these upper levels, which is right around the 278, 277 level, they're gonna break the bottom side to create some type of trap, and they're gonna use the stop losses of the short sellers to add fuel to the fire, because now we have a bunch of buyers coming into the market, and now the buyers gonna hit the stop losses of the short sellers, and their stop losses are buy orders. So it's just a bunch of buying. That's when you see these V bottom reversals and these traps that can move the market around. So this definitely looks like a trap. I'm expecting higher price targets. I think we're gonna probably see a new all-time high. I'd be surprised if we make another leg down. That could happen. There is a gap over here that price action tried to reach but failed, but it still could happen. But I'm leaning more towards the upper side. This definitely looks like there's a lot of buying coming into the market, which is good. You can see the previous week was pretty bullish. It was a nice reversal candle, kind of like what we had over here, something like that, very similar, but in this case it was red, but this still led to a lot of buying, you can see, and now we're seeing the follow through. So this week is green, which is good, unless this week turns into a really bad week, then that could change things. But as right now, the chart's looking pretty bullish, and you could also see that we came back to test this previous support. In the past it was resistance. Price action could not break through the 223 level, and then we eventually broke it. Price action came back and tested it right here. We came back to it, and then we bounced from it. So we tested it, which is good, and now we came back to the price level again and we bounced from it, which is also good. So that could lead to higher price targets. So everything's looking pretty bullish as right now. I'll be surprised if we continue lower from right now, but we should at least see at the minimum probably up to the 250. That's where I'm expecting prices to retrace to. So that's everything I have for Stryker Corporation on the daily and weekly chart. Things are looking pretty bullish, but again, nothing's guaranteed in the market. That's all I have for SYK. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.